What'd you guys do this year?
So Thanksgiving, my dad needed a break, so we went to Florida
Mm,
just for like 6 days.
nice. And how was that? Was that relaxing? Was it nice weather?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did the whole group go?
Yeah, everyone went.
Very nice. Okay, cool. You're doing e-learning right now? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're doing e-learning. Okay, good. All right, awesome. Thank you. Costa, Cocos, how are you?
Doing good.
What's going on? How was your Thanksgiving?
The place we were supposed to go, the people were in close contact with people that got COVID, so we
Oh,
had to stay home.
oh, jeez. Did what ended up happening? Did mom make a turkey or whatever?
Yeah, we just got cooked a bunch of food here.
Okay, very good. It's okay. At least you're with family. How is everyone staying healthy and well? Those that were in close contact, are they doing okay at least?
Yeah, they're doing fine.
Okay, good, good. How's your family? How's your parents? Your brother? Everyone's doing okay?
Yeah, everyone's doing good.
Good, good to hear. Okay, good. Thanks, Costa. Let's see, Mr. Katsargiris, what's going on, George?
Hey, Father.
How's everything?
Good.
Aivia, what's new and exciting? Are you obviously? I'm assuming you're staying up with the football scores and the teams, correct?
Yeah,
Yeah.
gotta
Are you
keep up
doing?
my fantasy leagues.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are you doing fantasy football?
Yeah, I'm in 4 leagues.
I hope you didn't start Trubisky this week.
Never. I thought we were gonna win.
You're crazy. With our offensive line and everything against the Packers, we had no chance. What?
It was more. It was more the defense last night. Come on.
Okay, defense was terrible, but even so, even if we had a good defense, I don't think we could have. We
I mean,
would.
Mitch didn't play that bad. I mean, except when he was colorblind on those 2 throws.
That's not good. 2 throws is too
Yeah.
many.
What did we
What's
lose?
going on? Corona pull out for your brother today, right?
Thank
Andy.
you. Yeah,
Good. What else? You guys you're doing e-learning too, right?
yeah. We just got shut down actually on Monday because we were like allowed to go in and stuff, and then we got shut down again.
Oh, really? Got
Yeah.
it. Okay. All right. Well, keep it up. Do what you got to do. Who do I got here? I got a mysterious person. It has no name. Who is this? Oh, it's Yanni. Look, he's like in the dark. He's like hiding in his like temple of doom. What's going on over there, Yanni?
Nothing.
Are you playing video games? I can see you got your headgear on. You
No,
got
I
your
just I don't have speakers,
oh.
so I'm
That
just
stinks.
have a
What's
headphone.
how's the family? Everyone's doing okay?
Yeah.
Everyone's doing good. You're doing e-learning too, I'm assuming? Everyone is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay. How was your Thanksgiving? How was Thanksgiving?
Good.
Yeah, what'd you guys do?
We just had it at home. It was just
Yeah,
my family, so we
okay.
had some turkey,
Bravo.
potatoes. So,
Good. Everyone's staying healthy. Everyone's staying healthy and well?
yeah.
Good. Okay. All right. Good stuff. Good to hear. One step at a time. Okay, next I've got it looks like a Secularis. I can't tell though. Yeah, it is. Oh, there she is, Kirsten. Why isn't some of your names showing up for some people? Next to Kirsten, who do I have? I have an Alexakis, don't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, Vicky. Okay, I'm like, why isn't okay, let's go with Kirsten first and then we'll go to Vicky. How was your Thanksgiving?
It was good. We just stayed at home.
Yeah.
And yeah, we cooked.
Nice. How are your parents? Everyone's doing well?
Yeah.
Yeah, your brother? Did he get a haircut yet?
I think so. I don't know.
I was teasing your dad about it. I'm like, I think Yanni has has enough hair for the entire family, so I think he's all good. So
Yeah.
very good, good stuff. Okay, awesome. So you had a nice time. Vicky, what about you? How was Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving is pretty nice. We just stayed home
Yeah,
and
just
we
very
went to
chill.
grandma for dessert, but we had our main meal at home.
Nice, that's good. Is everyone staying healthy and well in the family?
Yep.
Very good. Good to hear. Okay, next we saw George. Christian, what's going on, Mr. Catras?
Hey, Father, how are you?
Good. Did you just wake up from a nap?
No, just got out of the shower.
I was gonna say, like your hair's, it might be worse than mine is. How's the family? Everyone's doing okay?
We're doing good.
Good. Is your brother back in town?
Yeah, he came back last Friday. So he's
Last
been back
Friday?
days.
Nice. How's the family? Everyone's doing okay? How was Thanksgiving? What'd you guys do?
We just it was just like the four of us at home.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the MO. Everyone kind of had the same story. We all kind of stayed home. We all kind of relaxed and just had a chill night with our family and with our close loved ones because of the situation. So that's good. I'm glad to hear.
Yeah.
So everyone's staying healthy and well. Good. Last but not least, I think it's Teddy Lialios. Teddy, are you hiding from
Hello,
us?
can you hear me?
Yeah. What's going on? How are you?
I'm good.
What are you up to? Where are you at?
I'm home. Nothing
Yeah.
much.
Okay. How's your brother? Your parents? Everyone's doing okay?
They're okay. Everybody's okay.
Nice. What'd you guys do for Thanksgiving?
We just us four and then our grandma and we just had a at home Thanksgiving.
Bravo. That's good. Everyone was doing good. Everyone's staying healthy.
Yes.
Good. All right. Good, Teddy. Last but not least, I see we got another buddy of ours who wanted to join in. Thomas. How are you, Thomas?
I had it the same Thanksgiving as Yanni.
I hope so. You guys do live together, so that's good. That's awesome. Good. I'm glad, Thomas. You're doing okay? You're staying healthy? All right, good job. Okay. All right. So kind of getting into our little groove of things just to kind of talk tonight. So I kind of want to hear from everyone and just try to kind of touch base with some things. So, it's been really tough. It's been we try to do some fun events in the beginning of the year. We're talking about like beginning of this fall, beginning of the new school year, so to say. And it's been really tough to do things because obviously the pandemic. I know we did a couple outings, a few things at church and everything turned out nice, but I think for the next probably month or two, we're probably gonna have to do some stuff at least virtually to see each other and to talk with each other. I know it's not the best thing that we want to do, but it'll have to do for now. I think all of you, and I give you guys all a lot of credit. You guys are really handling the situation really well. I know in the spring we were all getting really frustrated. I remember how the spring was, and we had to do virtual stuff. But I know a lot of the stuff that you guys are up to now, you guys are doing it really well and with the best case that you can. It's not easy. I really feel for you guys because, with your schools and everything else, e-learning is just, honestly, it's not fun. You're not enjoying it. Your teachers aren't enjoying it. The parents aren't enjoying it, but it's got to be done, especially for the circumstances now. I want to hear from you guys before we get into our topic for tonight is, how are you guys? So now we're about 9 to 10 months into this pandemic. All right. Everyone knows what the pandemic is. We've all seen the realities and stuff like that. How is everyone handling everything currently with this pandemic? I want to hear your opinions. Kind of give me a broad kind of spectrum. How are you feeling? Have you been able to come to church? How are you watching church online? What's been kind of going through your life so far? So I'm going to start with I'll go with Teddy, and then I'll start muting you guys. Teddy Lialios, I want to hear from you, brother. How have you been handling everything that's been going on? What's your take with everything, and how are you handling it?
I've been just trying to, I don't know, stay as engaged as possible and trying to join my classes and just pay attention, ask questions, and try to communicate with the teachers since they have also more time to like communicate with us.
Good.
And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Are your school days? I think you guys are all the same. Don't you guys have shorter school days now? Right? You don't go to school. You don't do virtual learning from like. Oh, I think you guys froze. Hold on. Gosh. Sorry. Hold on. That was weird. Sorry, it kicked me off. Sorry, friends. Okay, everyone sees me? Yeah, we're all good. Okay, sorry about that. So going back to Teddy. Teddy, I was gonna ask you what okay, so you told me about the teachers and being engaged. What has been the hardest part about being engaged via e-learning? What do you guys think is the hardest part of the situation? I want to hear from you.
Well, you could be distracted easily since you're at home with your phone, computers, video games. You could easily get like distracted, so it could be very hard then to focus or something like that during class.
What about grades? How are the grades? I mean, I'm not saying like, tell me your grades, you're getting A's and B's. Do you feel that they're being a little bit easier on you? Is it just, are you, do you feel that they're trying? I mean, do you feel that you're getting enough out of it? I mean, everyone tries, right? But I mean, just for yourselves, what's been your opinion of the situation?
It's definitely harder in a way since we don't have as many resources as we would get at school, and
Mm-hmm.
that in-person face-to-face could actually help a lot of people.
All right.
So, yeah.
What about you emotionally? Okay, so now we're 10 months in. What would you say, where you're at now compared to where you were before the pandemic? How do you feel with everything? Not just about the pandemic, but just in general. And I'm not trying, and again, I'm apologizing to everyone. I'm not trying to be sensitive or oversensitive, like, pour out your feelings, just to kind of hear yourself out, because I think realistically, we all realize that we're all in some way struggling with this stuff. So don't feel that you're alone. Teddy, what do you think?
I'm definitely more bored than I used to since we have no church, sports, no going to school. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely way more bored.
Yeah. Okay. That's a good point. All right. Thank you. Let's go to Christian. Christian, what about you? What's been going on with school? How have you been taking everything with the pandemic, especially in your schoolwork?
Uh, kind of what like Teddy said. Like it's definitely more difficult to like stay focused in class, and I mean obviously the teachers hate it too. So I try to ask as many questions as possible, like just to make it more enjoyable for them. I don't know because I
Yeah,
know
it's
they're
not,
like,
yeah, it's not easy. I can't imagine, having to be a teacher during this time, and you got to be focusing on that. What about you? Have you? I didn't get to ask to Teddy, but I'll bring up this question to some other people too. Have you had anyone affected by the virus?
yeah, Evan got it, my brother
No, you
at
really got it. At
at school.
school? What was his symptoms?
He still can't smell. Like he
Wow.
lost smell. Like completely. He said it's coming back a little bit, but he can't smell. And then he had like sore throat a little bit, and then a fever, just like a low fever. It wasn't. It was my
And he goes to U of I, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that's intense. Okay. And what about you? How are you? How are you feeling with everything? How are you taking everything in general? Just the whole pandemic, the whole situation.
Um, I mean, it sucks, but whatever. Just gotta wait it out. I don't know.
Yeah, I think what's the craziest thing, guys, is that all of us are in the same boat. That has never happened before in the history of our world, where every single person is affected by something. Yeah, we could say that we have we have you could say from wars, World War One, World War Two, and stuff like that. Everyone's affected, But think about it: if you lived like in Argentina during World War Two, you weren't directly involved, right? You might have had some people that came to you, but you didn't know exactly what's going on. Us, we live in the United States, and we might have the war on terror or Iraq or Afghanistan, but I don't really know what's actually going on over there because I'm physically not there. But now we're going on a battle with something that we can't see, a virus that has affected so many people that we know and care about, right? And so that's everyone. And I think that's what makes this so difficult. And yet at the same time, I hope somehow makes it very unifying because it tells me and shows me that we're not alone, and that when we're not alone, that we can then reach out and ask people for help and support. Because I think all of you guys, we're all now literally we're in this box. We're focusing on a computer or on our iPhones, on our iPads, or whatever the case may be, and the world is changing around us in a different way. And yet, I try to tell people, even like in my sermons at church, I'm telling people, the world is still going, right? The world is still continuing. Yes, mandates for masks, and we must wear masks. Yes, they're talking about vaccines. They're talking about new precautions, what can help and what makes it worse, all these different things. And I think for us, it's really important that we understand the whole scope of everything. Okay, in other words, that's to kind of be like attentive, to be awake about what's going on. You young generation kids will call it being woke, I think is the correct term. And then the other thing is then understanding that it's all of us. We're all in the same boat. Watch, we're gonna go to other people, and I'm gonna get similar answers to how you feel. I highly doubt that any of you are getting much positives out of what's going on. If someone tells me that they have a positive, I give them kudos, and I'll describe later why. But I want to hear from you guys and see what everyone else is going through. Vicky, why don't you tell me what you've been going through? How's everything been with school?
School's been all right. Me and Kirsten actually, our school is actually doing hybrid still. We're not
Cool.
shutting. So it's nice to have that to look forward to.
That's nice.
But
So when you going back? When you go back in, like twice a week?
yeah, twice a week. It's some by last name we alternate. And
Oh,
since I have A through K last name, I'm gonna go in tomorrow.
got
on
it.
Thursday.
Okay. How have you had anyone in your family been affected by the virus? Or I mean,
Yeah.
not even immediate family, it could be greater family too.
One of my cousins, but I don't really see them a lot. So
Was it
and
serious? How'd they handle it?
it was mild. He got it in college, and I don't really know much about it, but he's better now, so I
Hmm.
think it was probably mild.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's kind of commonplace. But thank God it's just mild and it's nothing more serious.
Yeah.
What else? Okay, and how are you handling everything just in general?
I actually did get a few positives out of this.
Oh, cool.
Um,
What are they?
got into a lot of new hobbies. Like I started painting more, and I learned how to embroider things.
Really
And
cool.
I had a lot of time to myself, which is kind of nice. And I got closer with the right friends and made my friend group better. So I think those are pretty good
Hey,
positives.
that's awesome. I give you a lot of kudos, Vicky, because these are good things that you're gonna need for the rest of your life. Um, when you guys are dealt challenges, you need to learn how to handle them the best way possible. Many of us, many of us, when we get challenges, if it's something that we don't think we can handle, what do? We just kind of crumble, right? We kind of just give up and say, "I'll do something else." But you guys, and I hope all of you can, should realize that you guys can accomplish so much by looking and taking the positives out of everything in life. And it actually kind of leads into what my topic is, and for our discussion for tonight is what you guys believe. I think that's going to be really important. We'll get into it, but I want you to put that in the back of your mind is what do you guys believe? And you're going to say, what does that mean, Father? But we're going to kind of dig a little deeper. I want to hear from you guys. You guys are young, vibrant, engaged, not only Christians, but human beings who have the whole world ahead of them. So I really want to hear your opinions about what you guys believe. And I'll give you the reason what I'm trying to say. I think you can be able to elaborate and talk a little bit more. So great points, Vicky. Thank you. Kirsten, what about you?
Um,
How have you been handling stuff with school?
School's been good. I think it's a lot better than before because, um, I don't know, it just feels better because at the beginning of quarantine, it was kind of hard to pay attention in school because we didn't have any Zoom
Mm.
and they couldn't even check in your work. So you could basically do nothing. So you would have no motivation. But now is way better because there's Zoom and you could interact with more people.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. What about you and your family? Has anyone in your family had COVID?
Not any of my close family, but some of my friends' family. I
Were
don't
they
know
were
much
any of
about
them
it.
serious, or was it just kind of just um
I
just
think it was
passed by?
mild.
It was mild.
Severe.
Okay. And what about you? How have you handled the pandemic now for the last 9 to 10 months?
Um, I've got closer with a lot of friends, and I got a lot of. I mean, I I don't really know. I got a lot of friends. That makes no sense. Sorry.
No, it's okay. What about like hobbies? Have you found any new hobbies or anything?
Yeah. I make jewelry
Cool.
sometimes when I'm bored.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice. Okay, good stuff. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Very good. Mr. Costa, what about you, brother? How have you been handling things with school?
It's different. It's new. It's a new chapter in my life and everyone else's life. I think I'm handling it pretty well. I think it's a lot easier than actually being in school because it's only for my school. It's only half a day where I only have 4 classes. It's a block schedule, and then 4 on another day. So that makes it a lot more easier.
Yeah. Excellent. What about with your family? Or did anyone contract COVID or anything?
No family members.
No, that's good. Good. And then what about you? How are you handling everything mentally and emotionally? For the past 9, 10 months.
A lot of time off. Got a lot got to watch a lot of old sports games like Last Dance. That was pretty fun. Stuff like that.
Very good. And have you been? Was there a time where things were more difficult? Do you feel like you're in a good place now? You're handling the situation better. Was there a time that you weren't handling the situation? I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, in the very beginning, I felt like it was stupid. I felt like it wasn't a big deal, but like now, really seeing that it's a big deal. So
Good.
that's
Yeah.
definitely my mindset on this whole thing has definitely changed since the beginning.
That's good. That's good to hear. That's a growth and maturity as well too. I'm glad to hear that. Mr. Varon, Mike, what's going? What about you, Mikey? How's school?
School's okay.
How are you handling like the whole e-learning thing?
I prefer going back in school because most of my teachers think that since we're doing e-learning, everything's closed, that we have more time to do stuff. So there's jam-pamming work on us. And so I think it's fine, just annoying how they keep on jam-pamming work on us.
Yeah, true. What about and what about your family? Has anyone contracted COVID?
Yes, my yaya's brother, so my mom's Theo, he had a really bad case.
How's he doing now?
He's doing okay now.
He's doing okay.
Yeah, then his wife got it too. Not as bad as his, but pretty bad too.
Yeah, that's tough. That's very tough. What about what has your feelings for the last 9 to 10 months? Where are you at now, maybe compared to the beginning of the pandemic with the whole situation?
For the beginning of the pandemic, I thought it was only gonna be like a week long, and we just get a week off school. So I'm like, all right, good. But now that I realize that now that I realize that it's not just ending, I've just gotten like very conscious. Like when I went to Florida, there's like no mask everywhere, but it's like totally different. I'm just so used to putting on my mask in Illinois.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, so it also depends where you live, state by state, even county and county by what's going on. So, Yanni, what about you? Yanni Nassis, there you go. Okay, what about you?
Like
How's
what I've
everything
seen.
been? What about with school?
There's a lot of times where like there's like some cases at school, but we have kept it to like a minimum.
Yeah.
I'm not going to school, but like they're doing it where you go 2 days a week. On Mondays we don't go. No one goes to school. Tuesdays I think like A through K go to school, and then like Thursdays A through K go, and then L through Z go on Tuesdays and Fridays.
Oh, wow. Okay. That makes sense. And has anyone in your family contracted COVID?
No.
No. What about how have you been handling the whole situation? So now, like 9 to 10 months later, where are you at, and in the place that you're at now? Do you feel okay? Are you better understanding this, handling it better? What's your feelings on everything?
Some things like science is harder to do at home because a lot of the things you have to do like like you have to have materials, and it's harder to do it online instead of doing like you have to do like simulators instead of actually doing in real life.
You can always do like science experience on Thomas. I mean, you never know how that turns out. That was a joke. Okay. Anyways, so what? But how about? Okay, so you're complaining about the science experience. What about you in general? How are you been handling everything, and what do you feel? What's your kind of feelings with the whole situation now? Do you comprehend it more? Do you see the severity, or what's your feelings?
I feel like Illinois has done well, but I think that if everyone went back to school, then it would be a mess because like everyone in the hallways they always get really close to each other, especially like in other schools, like especially high school, you get really close to each other. So
Yeah, that's a good question. That's a good answer. One question I have that I want to see I want to hear your guys' opinion, then we're going to get into our little topic and we'll kind of wrap up. I want to hear from you guys. What would it take for you guys to go and live your life as you would normally sort of live it. Now, the question is, what is it going to take for us to kind of go back to some sort of normalcy? Now, our world's going to be changed forever. You know, you're always going to hear about COVID. You guys are going to start getting older, and then you're going to be telling people, I lived through COVID and this and that, you know, stuff like that. What do you guys think you would need for you to kind of go back to your day-to-day life? You know, someone said in the chat to me privately, the vaccine, all right? The vaccine, we hear about 3 or 4 different groups that are going to have the vaccine. And I think that's a very important thing as well, too, because the vaccine will then in turn make us stronger so that we can handle if we ever do get COVID, right? And, you know, people, I've heard conspiracy theories and this whole stuff. You know, I look back at like my parents. So you guys got to understand, I'm about 34 years old, okay? So I'm about double your age. And my parents, who are in their late 60s, early 70s, you know, they lived in Greece and then they came here when they were young. But when you were born after World War II or even during World War II, you guys, they all got a TB vaccination, okay? And it's, if you actually see many people from Europe, they have this like kind of circle on their shoulders, and it's a scar from that vaccine. And that vaccine ended up helping and protecting them so that when they get older, they would not contract that disease or virus, because if people get that virus, it becomes a very deadly and lethal virus in this world. So vaccines, in many ways, when they're done appropriately and for all of us, they're naturally what helps us. And that's why we need to, you know, we got to have an open mind about this stuff. Many people I know are like, oh, I don't know, this and that, or to each their case may be. And it's not saying I'm pro-vaccines, against vaccines, you know, whatever the case may be. Everyone has their things. I just think for us, we need to be understanding. And then the other thing as well, too, is not to judge. You know, the one thing that hurts me is a lot of people judge. And I don't like when people judge when you have opinion or on something else. And, you know, well, I don't agree with you, so then I got to hate you. You know, we've discussed this throughout this whole year, especially with the whole Black Lives Matters movement. I know you guys, we talked about other stuff as well, too, in our other GOYA events and stuff like that. But I just don't understand the world that we've created where if we don't agree with someone, you know, we not only put them down, but then we make sure the world knows that I'm against them, right? It's not a Christian attitude, nor is it a right human attitude either. So something to think about as well, too. I want to hear if anyone else wants to send me a message or just tell me, what do you guys think it would take for us to kind of get back into a sense of normal life? And how far do you think that is? Do you think that's going to happen in a couple months? Maybe in the spring, summer, maybe in another year? I don't know. What do you guys feel that we're going to see or have to see so that we could kind of go back to a normal life? Does anyone have an answer? Just unmute yourself if you feel like you want to say it. If you don't want to say it and want to send it to me via message, that works as well, too. What do you guys think? Does anyone have an answer or a thought?
I'd probably say a vaccine.
Christian, you say the vaccine?
Yeah.
Yeah. And when do you think either that or this life that, you know, we want to kind of get back to normal will kind of be brought back?
I'd say probably like spring.
Spring?
Next year, yeah. I feel like we'll kind of start. I hope we'll kind of start flowing back into it, but I don't know.
No, that's a good point. Think about it. We, you know, the summer, because we're all more outdoors and we were able to practice social distancing, you know, we were able to handle it pretty decently. Now, because of the situation, we might be able to do the same thing once the vaccine is rolled out, and then in turn, around the springtime again, we can then get back together and do that stuff as well too. But the hardest part is, you got to understand, is now that there's going to be a lot of people who are going to naturally have this fear inside of them, right? Where even if they have the vaccine or whatever, don't you think some people might go out and say, well, I don't know, does that person have COVID? Did they have COVID? Did they get the vaccine and stuff like that? And that's going to be a very tough life to live, because then we're going to have to we have to break down those fears and continue life somehow, right? Because you guys are young. You guys still have your whole world. You guys want to graduate high school. You guys want to go into college and then have the rest of your lives. Well, you know, at some point you're going to have to move forward, right? Even us as adults, and then the older adults, in order the case would be, with children, without children, in order the case would be, we got to realize that this is going to be the future, and we're going to have to learn how to handle it and continue to grow and take care of ourselves and live with it appropriately, because it doesn't just go away and just say, oh, okay, that's it. It's never going to exist again. It's done. No, we know it's going to be around, and we're going to have to handle it appropriately and try to eradicate it correctly. So, yeah, good thoughts there. So, all right, so we're going to talk a little bit. I'm not going to keep you guys too much longer. It's already 7 o'clock, so maybe for another 10 minutes. But my theme for tonight, guys, was what do you guys believe? And my question for you guys, what do you guys believe? It also ties in with what you said before, is with Christmas, okay? Christmas is December 25th. We just celebrated Thanksgiving. Naturally, most of you understand stuff. I know we got a little one here, so please be respectful. But what do you guys feel? What do you guys feel regarding with Christmas? And what do you guys understand about the meaning of Christmas? And I don't want you guys to give me like the Sunday school answer and stuff like that. What is the purpose of Christmas? And then it'll tie into what you guys believe in. I want to hear from you guys. What is the purpose? Someone give me a theological answer. Go ahead, Michael Varon. Unmute yourself.
Like the what type? Like, are we saying like purpose that most humans think, or like the background of it, or like why it's a thing?
You tell me. I want to hear from you, because remember, I also said Christmas in society. So society also tells us what Christmas is supposed to be like. So I want to hear from you. What do you think, or what do you want to tell me?
I think Christmas is time to spend with your family, have fun with it. And then the background of Christmas is like Jesus is like christening and birth.
Mm-hmm. And that's a good point. My main question is, how do we change the attitude that Christmas, being that it is about the birth of Christ, his nativity, is the focal point, and then it leads everything else in our lives? So what I'm trying to say is, it goes back to the question, you gave an example. You're kind of saying, what we see and what we understand for that. The same thing with Thanksgiving. Why is Thanksgiving in your guys' minds an important holiday? Can someone tell me? Costa.
Wait, so you said important. Why was it important to me?
Why is Thanksgiving just important in general? What's
Christmas or Thanksgiving?
Let's start with Thanksgiving, because then we'll go back to Christmas.
Thanksgiving is special to me because get off school, eat a lot of food, and spend time with family.
Okay. In that exact order?
No, not in exact order.
Okay. And then what about for Christmas?
Christmas is kind of the same thing, but adding on celebrating one of the most magical times ever with Jesus' birth, and spending time with family, eating, school's off, and opening presents.
Yeah, I like it, and that shows. So what you just said is pretty much the standard, right? We understand it, and that's good stuff, and that's how we're supposed to feel. Someone messaged that they said that society has sort of commercialized Christmas to sell stuff, right? Look at it. Every day this since Thanksgiving, there's been a title: Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, Cyber Monday. Everything has a title, right? And it's about selling and buying. And they always put it to the focus of the Christmas. And a lot of my sermons the past couple weeks and a lot of my messages from church have been about, why do we always think in a selfish attitude? Why are we as humans not selfless? First of all, what does selfless mean? Can anyone tell me? You can unmute yourself. Just unmute yourself and tell me what you think selfless means. What does it mean to be selfless?
It's like caring more about others than you care about yourself.
Excellent, right? So that's selfless. Why does our world and society create an image of only selfishness? And I can go into a million topics about this, but I want you guys to take a step back. Just look at your own world. Look at what you guys see and everything around it. Why is everything so about being selfish? In other words, I give one example always. I think about athletics, right? We in athletics, it's a competition. And 99% of the competition and the effort is actually in a selfish attitude. Because even if you play a team sport, if you do not focus and strengthen yourself, then in turn, you will then hurt yourself and then obviously the rest of your team. But then we then see that a lot of stuff come into this attitude of selfish. Selfish means that you have an ego. Ego means you have pride. And then pride then in turn keeps you to knowing that your whole sole focus is about yourself. And so then that's why I wanted to bring up the theme is then what do we believe in? What is the point of saying that we're just Orthodox Christians? And now this, I know you guys might think this is kind of a heavy talk, but you guys are really wise, young Orthodox Christians. You guys are young adults. And it's a very tough time that you guys are living in. You know, we talked about, you know, in earnest, what you guys felt with the Black Lives Matters and the riots and stuff too. But my question is, why is our society create such an attitude of selfishness? Can I hear from you guys? Okay, and even to that answer, if you can answer that answer, give me this example. Who can you guys name that you truly believe is selfless? How about that? Could someone give me an example? Yeah, go ahead, Mike Varon.
Someone that is selfless.
I mean, truly.
Truly, like right now or like
If
whenever?
if I told you, I gave you a piece of paper and said, give me who you think is selfless, who would you write down?
Jesus, definitely number one.
Okay.
Why?
Why?
Because he's the image of God.
We got a little theology to work on. He is God. Don't forget that.
Yeah, I mean that's what I mean. Yeah.
He is God, but yes, he became man, right? But why is he so selfless? If you were God, here you go. Ready for some blowing your minds out? If you were God, what would you do with life? What's your purpose? Actually, I'll give you guys a funny example. Wait, then Mikey has an answer. How about this one? You guys all seen Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2? The second one. Yes, I see half. Okay. All right. So in that one, Peter Quill, Star-Lord, he meets his dad, right? And his dad, his name is Ego. What a coincidence, Ego. And he's literally a planet, okay? Or he forms himself into a planet. But he's actually a celestial and stuff like that. It's kind of like a god, okay? And what is his whole sole purpose? Can anyone, the ones who've seen the movie, can you tell me? What's Ego's sole purpose? Go ahead, Mike Varon.
Isn't it to like rule the world or like make everyone under?
Yeah, and it's under his direction and control because he is right. He wants it his way. He wants it for himself. Because when you're a celestial, so to say, and you can't die, you're immortal, what's the point of living? You know, I've heard in other instances like that. So when you talk with God, you know, what's God's purpose? And I think the hardest part is that we can't realize that God is completely selfless because he loves us. He created everything. He created the heavens and the earth. He created the cosmos, billions of galaxies, stars, planets, everything. He created the time. He created the sun. He created the day. He created the night. And then on top of it, he created each and every one of us. And the best part of it is that he then, because we're his own creation, he gave himself for us. Imagine if you created something, you could just as easily destroy that something and make something new, right? But he loves. He's merciful. And he doesn't care about himself. Because if he cared about himself, do you think he'd be crucified by his own creation? Do you think he would go into getting those passion, the scourges, the mockery, the hitting, and all the spitting for his creation? No. Do you think he would then have to rise on the third day to show us that there's life eternal? Did he have to save us from Hades, right? No. But he's selfless and he loves. Where the sole mission and purpose of God is to show to the world that we are supposed to be selfless. That's something very foreign, guys. I mean, and you know, someone put in their message here, I love gifts as much as the next person. I'm glad that small businesses are making money, but I think that Christmas shouldn't really be a selling point. And that's right. Christmas, unfortunately, and what we believe in, it has lost its meaning, but that's a societal issue. society, as you guys are living in it, okay, in 2020, is now very frustrated, right? We don't have patience. Many of us are suffering. People are suffering physically from the ailments of COVID-19 and other sicknesses. Then you have people suffering psychologically, right? Depression, sadness, anger, all these other tendencies and whatnot. And then you got people suffering spiritually. I'm not going to church. I haven't been to church. I haven't seen a service. I haven't participated in the Holy Communion. I'm not praying. I've gone away from praying. I've gone away from God. And so, and in every instance, it's then always falling back to then myself saying, so then what do I do? What do we need to do? And that's why I asked you guys before is what do you guys believe in? I mean, if we believe that Jesus and God are selfless, so then what's the point of Christmas? Because what I think the point should be for Christmas is we understanding that through the incarnation of Christ as a man being born from Panagia, from the Theotokos, that he is giving us a gift. So why don't we just continue to give gifts? What I want to encourage with all of you guys being young adults is that as the older that you get, you should continuously think about others. And I want you guys to think about others only on how to help them. Can you guys look on YouTube? You can watch on Snapchat. So I was actually making fun of Father Chris Kerhulis, you know, the older priest that comes and helps us on Sundays. You might have seen him, whatever. He told me, he's like, you know, I saw my granddaughter working on TikTok. I'm like, I said, I think you mean TikTok. And he's like, yeah, that's it. Shows how silly we are. And all these things, you can see so many different people. Why don't we just help and think of others? Why do we have social media, you know, all that stuff, Facebook, everything, Instagram, stuff like that? And what do we usually do? If we like someone or something about them, we want more of it, right? That's ego and pride because it's all about you. It's not about them. When someone is suffering or in pain or in hurt, why are we doing everything in our power to help someone? It could be someone that we're very close with or someone that we have no idea who they are. But unfortunately, our world has created an attitude where that we're supposed to focus only on ourselves. And then when we're only focusing on ourselves, that it's always about what we want. What I want to eat, what I want to drink, what I want to wear, what I want to do, and this and that. And then what then happens from there? We have now built who we are, right? And then we want to present ourselves to other people as we hope they see us. And we're afraid for people to see us who we really are. Because why? If you're someone who loves and you're someone that cares, or someone who's compassionate or charitable or merciful or loving, what are you afraid of? Why do we have to make false profiles, put false information about who we are to boost our egos, to boost who we are as people and say, oh, I'm this, that, or whatever, or look at all the awards I've won or all this different stuff. Hey guys, you know what's the best part of life you're going to realize as you get older? Those stuff come and go. You know, we always talk about money, right? I always ask people, what's your goal in life? It's about working and making a lot of money and stuff like that. And I say, great. And you spend all that money, then what are you going to do? I'm going to make more money. And you know what's the best part of that cycle? It's a cycle. It never ends. You're going to have more, and there's going to be times you're going to have less. And you're going to have more, less, right? And it doesn't stop. So what you guys need to realize about everything, and going back to our theme, is you got to realize what you believe in. Every single one of you from your birth, because you have incredible parents, you have awesome grandparents and family and friends who have been around your whole life. You've all been baptized, okay? You've been baptized in the Orthodox Church, and you've been baptized in the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. You guys are all Orthodox Christians. But you know what? Just as best you are as a Christian, you're a human being. And I want you guys to realize what is important about life. I want you guys to understand what you guys believe in. Because when you guys come to church, when you guys participate in GOYA and all this stuff, yeah, it's great for an hour. I want you guys, when you leave our chat tonight, to think about how you can work to serving others. And you know what's the best part? When you do that effort that you serve the people, it doesn't stop there. Go do it better and go do it more. Because when you look back, and you know, I asked you guys, who can you think of who's the most selfless that you know? Mike said Jesus. Great. So why can't we be like Jesus? Can we be like Jesus? Give me an answer. Who can answer that? Can we be like Jesus? I see Mike Varon says he has his hand up. Mike, what do you think?
I think we can strive to be more like Jesus, but I don't think we can be like on the same level as Jesus. Is what I'm saying.
Okay.
So
Who exemplifies trying to be like Jesus? Can you give me an example?
an example would be like people who go to church often, like every single thing. People who try not to sin, even though they do it. And then people like that.
Do you know an example? Can you name a person?
Priest.
You're not getting any brownie points from me. Someone put saints. Guys, that's what saints are. They strive to be like Christ. And what do saints do? Can anyone tell me? Can anyone name me a saint that was a saint during their life? Unmute yourself if you can name me a saint that was a saint during their life. Don't be shy. There's not really any wrong answers. Just give me an answer, guys. Name me one saint who was a saint during their life. Thomas? Can you name me a saint that was a saint in their life?
St. Thomas.
St. Thomas? Okay. That was a good answer. Good try. Very good. Anyone else? Someone give me another saint that was a saint during their life. Kirsten,
Do
can
you
you
mean
name?
like?
Oh, go
Do
ahead.
you mean like
Kirsten.
during our life or like?
No, during their lives. Name me a
Oh,
saint.
okay. Saint Ignatius.
Okay. Now, okay, good answer, Christian and Thomas. Now, to stump all of you, do you not realize that not a single saint was named a saint while they were living? Okay? Because no one is a saint. The whole purpose of life is we strive to become saintly. Our goal is to be holy, guys. And that when I close my eyes, when you guys get older and you have grandkids and you close your eyes, I don't know. I don't know who's going to become a saint, but we try, right? And how do we try? We try to because we copy Christ. Christ is God, but Christ is love. Christ is mercy, he's compassion, and he's charity. And that's what we need to be. And what's the problem is, someone said it before, is that we have sold out Christmas to buy things. So what do we need to bring back into our lives? Anyone but Michael or Thomas. What do we need back in our lives? Can anyone answer?
Christ.
Christ. Guys, it's that simple, my friends. We need Jesus back in our lives. And we don't have him there. It's not him. He's always there. Where do you think Jesus went? Can someone tell me? George Katz. Where do you think Christ went?
Nowhere.
So, what's the problem?
We've gone off places elsewhere where we lost focus on being saintly and being close with Christ.
Yeah, excellent. That's really the truth. You know, and good point. I'm going to kind of wrap up here. So, look at this. So, what happened on November 4th? Someone tell me? Anyone, just say what happened. What happened November 4th? You guys might be too young to do it.
Election.
The election.
Elections. Didn't people say leading up to the elections there's going to be riots and destruction and all hell's going to break loose and World War III and this and that, whoever wins. If it was Trump, Biden, I don't care. And what happened?
Peaceful.
Nothing happened. In other words, it was all talk. And what hurts, guys, what hurts is we look at politicians, we look at our government, we look at athletes, we look at sports models, everything in between. We look at movie stars, we look at TV personalities, and they have taken on the role of Christ in our lives. I really want you to think about that, because if you really believe in Christ, then your whole focus on how you guys are living is to grow, to become mature, 3, to gain wisdom, 4, to become enlightened, and 5, to become great people. And you know what's the best part? You guys are going to. But the question is going to remain is, well, whom do you believe in? Do you really believe in Christ? Because when you believe in something, you put your trust and hope in them. Costa said one of his favorite things this past 9 months was watching The Last Dance, right? All of us put our hope and trust knowing that the Bulls, especially in the 90s, were going to win the championships because we had Jordan, we had Pippen, and we knew we were the greatest team. We believed in them, right? But that's what we're talking about in a one superficial manner, because you know what? That's going to pass. Guys, it's been 30 years since the last time we then had the Bulls in the championship. It's pretty sad. But that just shows where our priorities are. And what I'm trying to encourage with you guys, because you guys are the now, you guys are the future, is bring Christ back as a priority in your life and in your family's lives. Start small. Start with yourselves. And then build up from there. Because then you guys will then see a better purpose for Christmas. Do you know how it is to bring joy to people during Christmas when you're able to give them gifts and not ask for anything in return? Because you know what's the best part, guys? You guys just celebrate Thanksgiving. It was about a day of giving thanks for everything we have. And you know what's the best part? It doesn't happen once out of every 365 days. That's supposed to happen not only every day, but every moment of the day. You guys should be expressing thanks and gratefulness to God, to your parents, to yourselves, and to everyone around you every single moment of your life. And you know how you can give thanks and gratefulness? Not by just going up to someone and say thank you, but by loving people, by being merciful to people, by when someone's been mean to you, praying for them and not being mean to them and reciprocating back to them. When someone has hurt you, either emotionally or in whatever way, is praying for them. And this is the impossible one, guys, forgiving them. And you know what's the hardest thing to do after forgiving? I'm telling you, this is how you get to the sainthood. Forgetting. Ooh. I have a really good memory. So I know many people have hurt me or whatever the case may be. But for me to become a better person, I'm not only supposed to forgive them, but I need to forget about what happened with me and them and to move on. If I can't grow and go into the journey of life, I'll never see Christ. I'll never really express what I believe in. So my hope to you guys tonight, as you guys are going to be entering these holidays, all of December, and then obviously going into January, is to really ask yourselves, what do you guys believe in? How can I truly express Christ into this world? How can you guys make Christ a priority in your world? And I'm not saying come to church. We're going to try to. It's tough because of the pandemic. Bring Christ in your homes. Bring Christ in yourself. Bring Christ into your family. Because when you can bring his love, his peace, his comfort to your family, you then see a beauty that happens in front of you that then you can express to people around you as well. I hope that tonight, after our talk, just to give you guys some thought and refreshment about what's going on in the world. You guys have gone through 9 to 10 months of a pandemic, and you guys are going to be a great generation as you get older. But don't lose the sight. Don't lose the hope. Don't lose the focus, as one of you guys said, as George said, our connection with Christ. If anything, now during this pandemic, I'm encouraging all of you, become stronger, become more unified, and become one with Christ. Because I know each and every one of you can become saintly, and in turn will be a better society and a better world for us to come. I just want you guys to know how much we love you, and I'm thankful for all of you guys. Thank you for taking the time out to come on to our talk tonight. I thought this was a really nice talk. I did record it, so don't be shy. I'm going to put it on our YouTube channel so other people can see. And then we'll probably have another talk in December before Christmas. And then hopefully by January, maybe we can get together again. Maybe, have a meal, do something when we're all healthy. We're taking care of each other and going from there, okay? I hope you guys stay well, stay healthy. I hope everyone had a happy Thanksgiving. Merry Christmas to you guys. I know we'll talk soon. And I'll send out an email and a text message with all the stuff that are coming up soon, okay? Oh, and by the way, great job by all of you in whatever way with the Angel Tree. The Angel Tree program, we've got more gifts than the kids actually asked for. Same thing with the Thanksgiving baskets. You guys went above and beyond. I'm so proud of you guys. Keep up the awesome work. And we're going to make this a focal point of our youth ministries and all our ministries to give back and to always help others, because we are so blessed with so much in our lives. I want you guys to have that as your ethos and your focus in your lives. God bless you. Have a great night and great seeing all of you. Kalnita, guys.